Hello, my dear friends, especially to all the graceful and wise women joining me today. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked down the cleaning aisle at the store and felt overwhelmed by the strong smells and the long lists of chemical names you could barely pronounce? You are not alone. I have felt the same way. But today, I want to bring you back to something simpler. Something our mothers and grandmothers often knew without needing a label or instruction manual. We are going back to the basics. 2 simple ingredients, baking soda and vinegar, can clean your home beautifully and naturally. They freshen, they purify, and most importantly, they protect your health and care for your well-being. In this video, I am going to share 12 thoughtful and effective ways to use baking soda and vinegar around your home. These are not just tips. They are small acts of care, simple routines that bring calm and comfort to our everyday lives. And by the time we are finished, you will not only know how to use them with confidence, you will feel good knowing you are choosing something gentle, safe, and made with love. So let us begin. Your cleaner, brighter, healthier home awaits. 1. A gentle all-purpose cleaner for every corner of your kitchen. Let us begin with something simple, yet so powerful. A homemade all-purpose cleaner you can use throughout your kitchen and beyond. All you need is 3 ingredients: distilled white vinegar, baking soda, and clean water. This blend creates a natural cleaning solution that cuts through grease, lifts dirt, and leaves behind a fresh, clean feeling without harsh smells or harmful chemicals. To make it, pour 1/2 cup of white vinegar into a spray bottle. Then, add 1/2 cup of water. Now, here comes the magic. Add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. You may notice a slight fizz, and that is perfectly normal. That is nature at work. If you like a bit of pleasant aroma, you can also add a few drops of essential oil. I recommend lavender or lemon. They bring a calm and cheerful feeling to your space. Shake the bottle gently before each use and spray it on countertops, stovetops, tables, and even inside your microwave. Wipe clean with a soft cloth or paper towel. You will be surprised how quickly it lifts stains and removes odors. What makes this so special is not just that it works. It is that it does so without hurting your skin, your lungs, or your home's environment. You're not just cleaning. You're creating a space that nurtures you. And here is something I love. When you clean with ingredients you trust, cleaning becomes less of a chore and more of a quiet act of care. It is a way of saying to yourself and your family, you matter, and this home is our safe place. 2. Bring back the shine to your kitchen sink. Now that we have a natural spray for everyday surfaces, let us take a moment to give some love to one of the most hardworking spots in our home, the kitchen sink. Whether yours is porcelain, stainless steel, or something in between, this method will help restore its shine and freshness using just baking soda and vinegar. Start by rinsing your sink lightly with warm water. Then, sprinkle a generous layer of baking soda all over the surface, especially around the drain and the rim. Take a damp sponge or soft bristled brush and begin scrubbing in circular motions. You may want to use an old toothbrush for those tighter corners or areas around the faucet. The baking soda acts as a gentle abrasive. It lifts stains and removes buildup without scratching the surface. Once you have scrubbed the entire sink, it is time to freshen and disinfect. Soak a few paper towels in white vinegar. Make sure they are fully wet but not dripping, and lay them across the sink surface, covering as much as possible. Let them sit for about 20 minutes. During this time, the vinegar will help break down any remaining residue and neutralize odors. After 20 minutes, remove the paper towels and give the sink a final rinse with warm water. Wipe dry with a clean cloth. You will notice not only a visible shine, but also a fresh, clean scent. There is something so satisfying about seeing that sparkle come back, especially when you know it was done with care and without a single harsh chemical. A clean sink, done this way, feels like a small but meaningful victory. A reminder that we can care for our homes and ourselves, gently and wisely. 3. Clear your drains the natural way. Sometimes we forget about the drains until they start to smell or get clogged. And when that happens, it is often because oils, soap residue, and even tiny bits of hair or food have built up inside. But before you reach for a bottle of heavy-duty cleaner, let me share a safer, natural method that works wonders using baking soda and vinegar. Begin by boiling about 4 cups of water. While the water is heating, measure out 4 tablespoons of baking soda and gently pour them directly into the drain. Try to do this slowly so it settles deep inside. Next, pour in 2 cups of white vinegar. The reaction between the baking soda and vinegar will create bubbling and fizzing. This is exactly what you want. It is loosening the grime, deodorizing the pipes, and helping prevent clogs. Let it fizz for 5 to 10 minutes. During this time, the mixture will break down oils and soften anything stuck in the drain walls. After the fizzing slows down, pour the boiling water down the drain to flush everything through. The result? A drain that smells fresh and flows smoothly. As a finishing touch, I like to dip a paper towel in vinegar and use it to wipe down the faucet and sink edges. It is a small detail, but it keeps everything looking cared for. This method is safe, simple, and surprisingly effective. And unlike commercial drain cleaners, it will not harm your pipes, your hands, or the environment. It is one more example of how a little wisdom and a few kitchen staples can make everyday life a little easier and a lot gentler. 4. A gentle yet powerful bathroom surface cleaner. Let us now move from the kitchen into another important space in our homes, the bathroom. It is where we prepare ourselves for the day and find moments of rest and care. And just like the kitchen, this space deserves cleaning that is both effective and gentle. Many commercial bathroom products contain strong chemicals, artificial fragrances, and ingredients that can irritate the skin or trigger allergies. But this simple homemade mixture can do just as well, without any of those harsh effects. To make your own bathroom surface cleaner, begin with 1 1/2 cups of baking soda. Place it in a medium-sized mixing bowl. Next, add 1/2 cup of liquid soap. You can use a gentle Castile soap or any natural liquid soap you prefer. Stir these two together. Then, slowly add 1/2 cup of water and 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. Stir gently until the mixture becomes smooth and consistent. If you see small lumps, continue stirring with a fork until they dissolve. Pour this mixture into a clean spray bottle. Before using it each time, give it a light shake. When you are ready to clean, spray it on surfaces such as sinks, tubs, counters, and even shower walls. Use a sponge or cloth with a nylon scrub side to gently work the mixture into soap scum, mildew, or grime. Then rinse with clean water and wipe dry. What I love about this cleaner is that it is powerful enough to handle tough spots, but still soft on the hands and lungs. There is no need to open windows or wear gloves. It simply works, and it works kindly. And perhaps the best part? It costs just a few cents per use, but gives you that peaceful, freshly cleaned feeling without the overwhelming scent of chemicals. You're not just cleaning your bathroom, you are creating a space of comfort where every surface reflects your care and thoughtfulness. 5. Restoring the glow of your grout lines. There is something about a clean tile floor or shower wall that lifts the whole room. But grout lines, those narrow spaces between tiles, can be stubborn. Over time, they collect dirt, soap, and moisture, turning from white or beige to dull and gray. Professional grout cleaning can be expensive, But there is a surprisingly effective way to brighten those lines with just baking soda and vinegar. Begin by sprinkling dry baking soda directly onto the grout. Do this in small sections, especially where discoloration is most visible. Then, using a spray bottle filled with white vinegar, lightly mist the same area. Almost instantly, the baking soda will begin to fizz and bubble. This reaction helps loosen dirt and lift it from the tiny pores in the grout. Allow the mixture to sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Then take an old toothbrush or a soft scrub brush and gently scrub the area using circular motions. As you scrub, you may see the original color of the grout reappear. It is a little labor of love, but deeply satisfying. As you clean, keep a cup of clean water nearby to rinse your brush occasionally. Once the scrubbing is done, use a damp cloth or paper towel to wipe away the residue. Let the area air dry or wipe it dry with a clean towel. The result? A fresher, brighter bathroom or kitchen space, and a sense of accomplishment. There is something so rewarding about doing this with your own hands, using natural, safe ingredients. No bleach, no harsh fumes, just gentle persistence and a bit of time. I always say, grout may be small, but it makes a big difference in how your home feels. And when we care for the little things, we often find they return that care back to us. 6. Freshening the base of the toilet with no harsh chemicals. When it comes to cleaning the toilet, most of us focus on the inside of the bowl, but the outside, the base, the sides, and the floor surrounding it also deserves attention. This area often gathers dust, splashes, and odors, and for many, it is a spot we hesitate to clean because of how close it is to strong chemical cleaners. Fortunately, there is a better way, one that is safe, natural, and surprisingly effective. Start by making a paste with baking soda and just enough water to form a thick, spreadable texture. Using a cloth or sponge, apply the paste to the sides and base of the toilet. Do not forget the tiles or flooring directly around it. These often hold odors and grime. Let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes. During this time, the baking soda will gently lift dirt and absorb odors. Next, fill a spray bottle with plain white vinegar. Spray it directly over the baking soda paste. The fizzing action that follows will help loosen any remaining grime. Once the bubbling settles down, wipe everything clean with a damp cloth. You may need to rinse your cloth once or twice, depending on how much buildup there was. This method is especially helpful if you are sensitive to strong smells or prefer to avoid commercial products near the floor where children, pets, or even bare feet might come into contact. And here is the bonus. You are not just cleaning a spot that often gets overlooked. You're creating a fresher, more welcoming space. Even something as humble as the base of a toilet deserves our care, and when cleaned with kindness, it adds to the overall feeling of a well-tended home. It is these small acts, done with intention and love, that help our homes truly feel like places of peace. 7. Lifting stains from your carpet without harsh chemicals. Carpets carry more than just dust and dirt. They hold our stories. They've felt the soft footsteps of grandchildren, the comfort of a quiet evening, and perhaps even the occasional spilled cup of tea or coffee. Over time, stains become part of the pattern, but with the right care, you can lift many of them without ever using strong detergents or expensive sprays. Let me share a natural carpet cleaning method using baking soda and vinegar, one that has saved my living room more than once. For lighter stains, mix 2 tablespoons of regular table salt into 1/2 cup of white vinegar. Stir until the salt dissolves. Then dip a soft cloth or sponge into the solution and gently rub it into the stain. Let it dry naturally, and after about 2 hours, vacuum the area. Now, for deeper or older stains, especially those with darker colors, add 2 tablespoons of baking soda into the same vinegar and salt solution. The baking soda adds gentle scrubbing power and helps neutralize odors. Apply it the same way, allow it to dry, and then vacuum. What I appreciate about this method is not just how effective it is, but how safe it feels. No need to worry about harsh fumes or residues that can bother pets or grandchildren who spend time on the floor. And the scent that's left behind? Clean, natural, and never overpowering. Sometimes the smallest stains can carry the biggest stories. With a little baking soda, a splash of vinegar, and a bit of patience, you can let the story stay without keeping the mess. 8. Brighten your laundry. Naturally with a simple boost. Doing laundry is something we all do, week after week. But did you know there is a quiet little trick you can add to your routine that not only makes your clothes cleaner, but helps you use less detergent and softens your water too? All it takes is a half cup of baking soda. Before you add your regular laundry detergent, sprinkle 1/2 cup of baking soda directly into the washing drum. Then add your detergent as usual. The baking soda works by balancing the pH level in the water, which helps your detergent do its job more effectively. You will likely notice your whites looking whiter, your colors staying more vibrant, and your clothes feeling a little softer. Now, here is something many people do not realize. Baking soda can also help reduce the amount of bleach needed when you are washing very soiled items. If you usually add bleach to your white loads, try using only half your usual amount and combine it with baking soda. You might be surprised at the results. For an even deeper clean, especially if you have clothes that smell musty or have been stored for a while, add 1 cup of white vinegar during the rinse cycle. This helps eliminate bacteria and softens the fabric, without leaving your laundry smelling like vinegar afterward. This gentle combination of baking soda and vinegar transforms ordinary laundry into something better. It feels good knowing you are not only cleaning your clothes, you're also protecting your skin, your fabrics, and your home. And perhaps most comforting of all, you are saving money, using less, and caring more, with ingredients you already trust. 9. Restore softness and freshness to towels that feel worn out. There is nothing quite like wrapping yourself in a fluffy towel after a bath or shower. But over time, towels can lose that fresh, soft feeling. They may start to feel stiff, smell slightly sour, or just seem like they are not doing their job anymore. Before you think about replacing them, try this gentle method first. You might be surprised how easily they come back to life. Start your next towel load by skipping your regular detergent. Instead, add 1/2 cup of baking soda directly into the washing drum. This will help break down built-up residues from fabric softeners or detergent that can make towels feel stiff. Then, during the rinse cycle, instead of using your usual fabric softener, pour 1/2 cup to 1 full cup of white vinegar into the fabric softener compartment. The vinegar acts as a natural fabric softener. It helps remove lingering detergent, neutralize odors, and refresh the fibers of the towels. Once washed, dry your towels as usual, either in the dryer or outside in the sun, if you prefer that fresh air scent. When you pull them out, you may notice they feel lighter, fluffier, and smell like new again. This method is especially useful for older towels that you were thinking of retiring. It can also be used regularly to keep newer towels fresh longer. I love this approach because it feels like you are giving something another chance, offering care instead of tossing it aside. And every time you reach for one of those soft, renewed towels, it is a quiet reminder that small efforts often bring the biggest comforts. 10. Rescue burnt pans and cookware with a natural touch. We have all been there, a pan left on the stove just a little too long. The result? A stubborn layer of burnt food that seems glued to the surface. Whether it is an old favorite cast iron skillet or a cherished stainless steel saucepan, there is a simple, natural way to bring it back to life. No need to scrape endlessly or use harsh chemical cleaners. All you need is water, white vinegar, and baking soda. Start by pouring just enough water into the pan to cover the bottom, usually about 1 inch deep. Then, add 1 cup of white vinegar. Place the pan on the stove and bring the mixture to a gentle simmer. As it heats, the vinegar begins to loosen the grime and soften the burnt residue. Once the mixture comes to a simmer, turn off the heat and remove the pan from the burner. Now, while it is still warm, add 2 tablespoons of baking soda directly into the pan. Be careful. It will fizz and bubble, but that is exactly what you want. The reaction between the baking soda and vinegar lifts the residue and helps it separate from the pan's surface. Let the mixture sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Then, using a non-scratch scouring pad or sponge, gently scrub the surface in circles. You should find that the burnt bits come off with much less effort than usual. Rinse the pan with warm water, and if needed, repeat the process for any remaining stubborn spots. What I love about this method is not only how effective it is, but how satisfying it feels to restore something we once thought was ruined. There is a quiet joy in bringing a trusted old pan back to life, in knowing that we do not have to throw it away or give up on it. And just like many things in life, a little patience, the right tools, and a gentle approach can heal what seems too far gone. So the next time you face a burnt pan, try this natural rescue. You might just save a favorite piece of cookware and feel proud while doing it. 11. Refresh and deodorize your dishwasher. Naturally, the dishwasher is one of the most helpful tools in the kitchen. It saves time, energy, and keeps things running smoothly. But over time, even the dishwasher needs a little care. If you have noticed an unpleasant odor, cloudy residue on dishes, or just a general dullness, it may be time for a gentle yet powerful refresh. No special cleaner is needed, just white vinegar and baking soda. And what is lovely about this method is how easy it is. First, take a dishwasher safe bowl or large measuring cup and fill it with 2 cups of white vinegar. Place the cup upright on the top rack of your empty dishwasher. Do not add any detergent or dishes. Run a full cycle on the hottest water setting available. As the vinegar heats up and moves through the dishwasher, it cuts through grease, removes buildup, and neutralizes lingering smells. Once that cycle is complete, open the door and sprinkle 1 cup of baking soda directly into the bottom of the dishwasher. Then, run a short hot water cycle. The baking soda will scrub and deodorize the interior, leaving your dishwasher sparkling clean and fresh. If you find there are still a few spots or mineral buildup on the edges or around the seal, you can use an old toothbrush dipped in vinegar and baking soda to gently scrub those areas by hand. This method not only makes your dishwasher smell fresh, it also helps it work more efficiently. Clean machines clean better. And what I find most comforting is that this method uses ingredients I already trust. No mystery chemicals, no extra costs, and no worries about leftover residue near your dishes. It is a quiet kind of care, cleaning the machine that helps clean for or clean for you. And as we give our appliances the same attention we give to the rest of our home, they tend to reward us with more years of faithful service. 12. A natural hair washing alternative you might just love. This last use may surprise you. It is not about cleaning your home, but about caring for yourself. Some women, especially those with sensitive skin or a love for simplicity, have found great success using baking soda and vinegar as a gentle alternative to commercial shampoos and conditioners. This method is often called no-poo, short for no shampoo. But do not let that name turn you away. It is about giving your hair a break from heavy chemicals, artificial fragrances, and sulfates that can dry out or irritate your scalp. Here is how it works. In a clean container, mix 1 tablespoon of baking soda with 1 cup of warm water. Stir until the baking soda is fully dissolved. This becomes your shampoo. Gently pour or spray it onto your scalp and roots. Then massage it in with your fingertips. Let it sit for a minute or two. Then rinse thoroughly with warm water. Now it is time for the conditioner. In another container, mix 2 tablespoons of white vinegar with 1 cup of warm water. This solution helps restore the pH balance of your scalp and leaves your hair soft and shiny. Apply this mixture mainly to the ends and mid-length of your hair, avoiding the scalp if you are sensitive. Let it sit for a minute, then rinse thoroughly. Some women say their hair feels lighter, cleaner, and stays fresh for longer between washes when using this method. It may take a little getting used to, especially if you have been using commercial products for years, but it is gentle, natural, and worth a try. I recommend trying this method once every few weeks or alternating with your regular hair routine. It is not about perfection. It is about listening to your body, giving yourself kindness, and trying something new. And sometimes, in caring for our homes, we rediscover ways to care for ourselves. We have come to the end of our journey together today, and I hope you are walking away not just with 12 simple cleaning tips, but with something deeper. A sense of peace, of confidence, and of connection to the gentle wisdom passed down through generations of women who knew how to care with their hands and their hearts. What we use in our homes matters. It matters for our health, for our families, and for the place we come back to each day to find comfort. With baking soda and vinegar, you are not just choosing natural ingredients, you are choosing simplicity, safety, and self-respect. Each of these little practices is more than a household trick. It is a quiet way of saying, I deserve to live in a space that is clean, calm, and cared for. And you do. You always have. If this video brought you some clarity or comfort, or if it reminded you of something your mother or grandmother used to do, I would be so honored to hear about it in the comments below. Your stories matter. They inspire me, and they remind all of us that wisdom grows when it is shared. Please remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not already. We have so much more to explore together, more gentle solutions, more reflections, and more heart-centered living. And be sure to check out our next video, where we will dive into 15 more natural ways to care for your home with love and intention. Until then, take good care of yourself. You are doing beautifully. And thank you for letting me be a small part of your day.